Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One Half Podcast. Of course, the dog would start barking.
Of
Of
course.
course, the world's one and only Ranma One Half rewatch podcast. You'd think there'd be more, but there's not. So by default, we're the best.
There just ain't and like we're barely holding on here.
You had a lot going on.
I had a ton going on,
So
but
it's
we
a.
haven't introduced ourselves yet.
Oh yeah, I'm Fire Princess Lily as always, and I'm joined by my good friend, World Eater Viv. Hey Viv.
Hi. Yeah, I had just had the longest month ever.
You did. It's okay. I talked with the people at Abnormal Mapping. They're like, yeah, we're, life happens. It's all cool.
Mhm.
So we're good.
Yeah.
We could have still uploaded to YouTube regardless, but, it's nice to know that we're not, trying to figure out what to do as far as other
Yeah.
podcasting terms go.
hmm
So,
Yeah. I got sick, then I changed my name, then I got sick again.
oh. There's a lot of illness going on around, and I don't want to get too much into it unless that's the particular illness you've been suffering from, and then we can talk about it.
Uh just a cold
Oh,
or
okay.
3 or 4.
Or four. Well, I'm glad it wasn't anything too serious. I don't know why the dogs are so active today. Um, I
Bark
personally
bark.
bark bark. I personally have been not too busy. I wouldn't say I've been watching a whole lot of anime. I've picked up two new animes that I've been watching recently,
Oh
and
wow.
don't worry, I'm not going to make a podcast about them.
Yeah.
And yet, I've been watching. If my favorite Popeye made it to the Budokan, I would die. It's very gay. The girls are
Nice.
so gay and it's so cute. I love it. And then
Excellent.
and then I've been watching Bofuri. I don't want to be hurt, so I raise my defense to maximum or something close to that. Bofuri is just what I call it. And that anime is super cute. It's about an MMORPG. I know there's a lot of those. But this one, the character is like, well, you know what? If I just raise my vitality, it raises my defense, and if I max that out, I can't be hurt. And and she's
Oh,
right.
that's great.
She can't run or anything. She's super slow. Her attack is weak, but she keeps accidentally tripping into overpowered abilities to make up for it. Like
Nice.
it's like the devs were like, "Hey, what if we made this? What if we made this a skill?" And what if you eat the Hydra, you can summon the Hydra. Nobody's gonna eat the Hydra, and then she eats the Hydra, and so now she can summon the Hydra, and it's just he keeps just lucking into these super overpowered abilities that make her unstoppable, and it's the
Ooh,
best.
nice. I watched 8 episodes of Revolutionary Girl Utena yesterday.
Oh, the original sword lesbians.
Yeah,
It's a good series.
it is.
It's got some problems, but all anime of that time has problems when you look at it through a modern lens, and that's life in general. Oh, and I've been watching a lot of wrestling every week. Nyla Rose, since we last were on the podcast, became the world champion at AEW.
Yes, isn't that?
Is the best.
Uh, she's amazing, and Chris Jericho said trans rights.
Chris Jericho did say trans rights, and he is old as fuck. So if he can do it, you can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
the
Oh,
Orange
and
Cassidy match on that pay-per-view was amazing.
oh yeah, I was just about to bring up the Orange Cassidy match. What? Oh my! And I had seen stuff that he's done in the indies, so I knew that he could wrestle. But watching the crowd reaction and listening to not only Jr. but Tony Schiavone become actual fans in their voices, amazing.
It's so good.
So good. So this isn't a wrestling podcast, but You can find that match on YouTube. Just search Orange Cassidy versus Pac, PAC, and prepare to just be amazed for 15 minutes as King of Sloth Style really goes hard and tries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But other than that, I've just been working. So, that's that's my life. Watch stuff and work.
Yeah, life's hard. Play video games, but do it sporadically so that you never finish any of them.
Oof. Oof. Speaking of video games, the demo for Final Fantasy VII, the remake, came out,
It
and
was so pretty.
it's very pretty. I can't play it.
You can't?
No, I can play it for like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then my screen starts switching between a black screen and the demo. Like it'll blink back and forth, like 30 seconds of black screen, 30 seconds of demo, then back to black screen, so on and so forth. And nobody else is having this problem.
Yeah,
No,
I have downloaded the demo and played it through twice on two separate PlayStations.
so I don't know what's up. Apparently it's my PlayStation, but it's not doing it with anything else.
That is so strange.
It's so weird. It's like, I don't know. It makes me worried. But do you want to talk about Ranma One Half?
Yeah, this episode is weird.
It is. So
We got a few new characters here.
we do have a few new characters. So for people who don't know, the way the episodes were released were kind of weird. And so we're watching it actually in production order rather than release order, as that's kind of the way
What Hulu does.
what Hulu does. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the way the manga is set out too. So yeah, I could be wrong about that. But so we're, instead of watching I forget what the other episode is supposed to be called, but instead of watching that, we've watched the Abduction of Peachan, and woo, what an episode.
Yeah.
Here's the summary for this episode. This is the whole summary for the episode. Is sparks fly at the local skating ring as Akane's beloved pet pig is kidnapped by a Kwayako kleptomaniac, and that's it. I mean, there's a lot in the plot overview, but that's the shortest summary I've ever seen for one of these episodes.
Right. And like it covers most of that.
I mean, yeah, definitely. So
Akane is wearing the cutest fucking outfit.
oh, so cute.
And we open up on her skating.
We do open on her skating. She's skating, and she's doing good. A moderately good-ish job, I guess. I'm not, a figure skater, but she's doing so well that the skate club is like, hey, you should join us. Also, there's she's eating a really cool dessert that I wish I could try. Like, it's got, like, ice cream and flan and, like, all the fixins. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what?
It looks so tasty.
It looks so good. But she's like, I don't know. Like, oh, you could totally, be a starter soon. You're so good. So I guess Akane is really good at skating. But it's about this point that she's like, hey, where's Peachan? And they're like, you mean your pet pig? And so then we cut to Ryoga, just in the middle of the ring being a pig. And,
yeah.
And he's like looking around, and then he gets approached by a strange female skater who, I'm going to be honest, before we actually get into her character later, this is the most annoying character I think we've ever been introduced. I mean, and I know Kuno exists, and I don't like Kuno, but
this character way worse.
This character just wears on my nerves so bad.
Yeah.
But it's a strange female skater, and she calls Ryoga Charlotte. Like, she is 100% this is Charlotte, and she's gonna take him. He doesn't want to go, but she knocks him out. with a little wooden hammer named Marianne. Like apparently that's her deal, and we find that out later. Is that she sees cute things, names them, and takes them. This is our kleptomaniac.
Yeah. And she's got just the longest, waviest hair imaginable,
I
and
do like her hair.
it's great.
Her hair's
But that's the best part about her.
Yep.
We
So
cut to Ranma eating ramen.
it's really good. We do cut to Rama eating ramen, and he's joined by two classmates who were like, just berating him, asking about female Rama.
Yeah. And it's like, stop being so annoying. Stop ripping your
Honestly.
friend on.
But they're like, you got to introduce us. You got to introduce us to this female Rama. We need to meet her. You got to introduce her because we're gonna treat her right. Like you got a Kane, and so since you have a Kane, we deserve, something. And it's like, you guys suck. Like no. And even Rama's like, you guys suck. No.
And calls Akane uncute as she walks right in the door.
Which is, his whole deal. But it's obvious he doesn't actually feel that way. But
Yeah.
it's just his thing. But Rama thinks he's in trouble for calling her uncute. But what she's really upset about is that Pichon is missing and he's been kidnapped. Everybody saw it happen, and now Rama should help her find Pichon. And it's at this point that that the girl who kidnapped Ryoga steps in, and Rama's like, what does your pig look like? She's like, you know what my pig looks like, Rama. And he's like, well, does it look like that? And Koda's like, oh, Pichon.
And then what's the girl's name?
Azusa.
Azusa is like, oh, don't you mean my little Charlotte?
Which once again, this is her deal. And so they're arguing about Ryoga, and eventually a presumably handsome dude.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely good looking, but
Handsome for anime.
for anime. He picks Pichon or Ryoga out of Azusa's grass, asking Akane, is this really your pig? And Akane's like, yes, this is my pig. And he's like, I'm so sorry about that. She does this all the time, where she sees something cute, and then she takes it. And it's at this point that we are introduced to her only other character trait. She's a figure skater. She steals cute things, and then she this is the other trait she has, and it's honestly the worst. She starts hitting this man over the head with everything she can find, saying, to give back her Charlotte.
And it doesn't stop. And there's a
It
scene later with Ginma and her where it's just the same.
It's just the same. It's just it keeps and this. That's it. That's her character. Figure skating, kleptomania, and shouting, screaming, beating people. That's it. And it's the worst. It's like maybe she's better in the next episode. I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
But for whatever reason, Azusa then challenges Akane to a skating match for ownership of Ryoga. And I don't know why Akane even agrees. She could just walk away and be like, no, this is my pig. Eat shit.
And someone nearby recognizes them as the legendary Golden Bear from Kohat's High.
Yep. Which, for whatever reason, it's just assumed that Akane did accept because that's how Azusa treats it, and so everybody just kind of treats it that way. So yeah, Akane has to beat Azusa in a figure skating match in order to keep ownership of Ryoga. Which, honestly, bleh.
So then the handsome guy goes in to apologize to Akane by trying to kiss her.
Which, this is where we find out that Rama doesn't necessarily feel that Akane is uncute, because it's the moment that this guy goes in to kiss Akane, he flicks a piece of Nando, I believe that's what that's called, right in this guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
Which this guy takes to mean is a challenge, and Rama's like, yeah, it is. Like, okay. It's funny because later we find out that this was probably the worst idea.
Yeah.
So,
like, Ranma cannot skate.
he cannot skate. Which is really good because he builds himself up quite hard. Him and Ryoga both. Because Ryoga's like, you should let me skate instead. And Ron was like, no, I issued the challenge. He's like, well, you should let the better skater go. And he's like, well, I am, because I'm the wolf of the rink. And Ryoga's like,
Yeah.
I'm the falcon on ice. And then we get to the skating ring, and no.
No.
They immediately touch the ice and fall over backwards.
It's so good.
It's real good. And I kind of was like, wolf of the rink, huh? Falcon on ice, huh? Maybe learn to skate first.
Right? And it's
It's really good.
it's great. It's so good. And then everyone's laughing at them.
Everyone is laughing at them because they can't skate. And they're trying to learn, but they're apparently really afraid of falling. We just get scenes of Rama like scooting along and Ryoga just laying on the ice because he's given up. And
Then Ranma takes his skates off
Rama takes his skates off because he's had enough.
and hops on Ryoga's back.
It's good. And so Rama goes right into the bathroom, fills a bucket of cold water, and drenches himself in it. Because it's okay to not know how to skate as a girl. It's more bearable to be made fun of, I suppose, as a girl who can't skate. Less embarrassing.
For him.
For
his ego.
For his ego. Rama also hits Ryoga with a bucket of cold water because Ryoga came to make fun of him for not, taking his shame like a man. And it's at this point that two individuals in the bathroom who've sort of been onlooking are like, oh my god.
Confused.
They're so confused.
What the fuck is happening?
What's going on? They're like, oh my god. That boy just turned into a girl with water. And that person turned into a whole pig. And they're like, I want to be a girl. And they start like trying to drown themselves, more or less, in the sink. And girls, mood.
It's not how that works, though.
It's not how that works, girls. I'm so sorry, but you're in Tokyo. I'm sure there's an endocrinologist who can help you. Maybe it is the 90s, but I'm so sorry. I feel for you.
Yeah.
But Rama gets back on the ice, and she is still, I thought, here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought she was going to turn into a girl and be like amazing on the ice.
But no.
But no. That is how it happens.
So Akane is like, Rama, you still look foolish.
Yeah, you still suck.
And while that's happening, Ginma is skating by
As a panda.
And then just a whole bunch of children are skating after him.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a panda on ice.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's very cute. So Azusa shows up, and she's like, she's bumping into Akane on purpose, of course, and sending Rama flying across the rink.
Just in her little squat, because she doesn't know how to stand up, just sort of scoots backwards right into Mikado's arms. That's the guy's
That's
name.
the guy's name,
Mikado.
Mikado, and he's like, "You got to be careful. You know, it's time to get off the ice because we have to practice." And
And
they call for the assault of 100 foes, which
oh wait, but Mikado like tried to flirt with Ranma, and Azusa is not having it, and that's why they called for the 100 foes.
right.
And the 100 foes, much like the scene near the beginning with all the high school students, is just 100 people wearing goalie costumes, just attacking the two of them.
Just attacking, just going nuts. And the two of them on skates because apparently everything in this world is martial arts.
Everything's martial
Everything.
arts.
Like Rama's like, "Oh my god, wait, this is figure skating martial arts? If it's martial arts, I can do it. It doesn't matter, I can do it." And Akane's like, maybe you need to learn to skate first before you can make that claim." But yeah, they clear through 100 foes in 9 seconds.
Like they're swinging Azusa around, like her skates are hitting people in the face, breaking those masks.
Like
That's why they're wearing goalie masks. It's not because they're all goalies.
Oh no, because they have to like protect their face.
But Mikado's being really creepy on Ranma and goes in for a kiss.
And gets that kiss. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he forces it on her, which is bad. It's bad, y'all.
Right. It's real gross.
It's real gross. And so Ranma runs out of the ring, totally embarrassed because,
Yeah.
of course, and like it happens in front of Akane, which makes it worse. He leaps into basically, I guess this skating ring has a hot tub.
A bath.
A bath. Okay.
A public bath, maybe.
Maybe it's weird. Seems like a weird thing to have attached to your skating ring. I don't know. I'm maybe these are very common. I don't think they are.
I don't think so. But I think it might be the same people from before in the bath. The same two who were just in the bathroom.
I don't know. I think it was maybe. I thought it was different people, but it could be. Absolutely.
But Rama's ranting about how Mikado's gonna fucking pay for this shit, and submerges herself fully in the bath and comes back as male Rama, and the two other people in the bath are like, "Are we on candid camera?
Yeah, where's the camera? This is crazy.
We just got punked."
Got punked bad. Meanwhile, in the ring, Azusa has found Pichon, and immediately throws a collar right onto. I mean, this might have happened before the whole water thing.
It did, but
Yeah.
causality sucks.
But Azusa has placed a collar on Pichon, and Akane goes to like rip it off, but it's locked. It's locked by a lock. And in my opinion, why not just cut it off? Just
she's not thinking.
yeah,
She doesn't want to put a blade anywhere near Peachan's precious little neck.
I guess that's fair. Anyway, Rama comes bursting back into onto the ring. Like now that we've covered something that happened before everything else. He is
pissed, and he stamps his skate into the ice, cracking it all the way down to Mikado's feet.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to mess you up, man. And Mikado's like, I don't know what I did, but you know what? The ice is real sacred to me. And
fuck you for damaging my ice.
It's time to go, bro.
So we cut to Azusa bothering Ginma, and she's calling his
His rice balls.
lunch, his rice cakes, Josephine,
Yeah,
and
it's
whacking just keeps. He eats one whole right then, and she just starts hitting him with everything around.
yeah. Like I said, that's her character.
And that's the end of the
And that's
episode.
the end of the episode. It's the worst. I mean, no, okay. This episode was actually pretty fun. It just
Yeah,
introduced a really annoying character.
right.
But I liked it. I liked this episode. The new opening was really good. I liked that since it's a new season, they had to introduce you to the premise at the beginning, like real fast, which was fun. This was good. I
Hey, it was good. Let's go to the trivia section of the
okay.
fandom wiki right now. This episode and its two follow-ups are chronologically supposed to take place after the last arc we did,
Right, which is why I guess
which
Hulu
is why
has
we
them.
are doing it.
Yeah,
And before the shampoo arc,
which
which we'll do next
right. I know that a lot of people
or
are
later.
excited for shampoo. Like,
But, and here's the fun part.
oh,
However, due to a combination of low ratings and several kidnappings, this
kid-
episode was pushed back and not aired until the series resumed as Ranma one half Natohin.
kidnappings.
Yeah, so
Right.
we might Google that before next time. We
I
might
mean,
not.
we probably won't.
We probably
We
won't.
probably won't. But
Uh,
okay,
Google that yourself if you're
if
interested.
you're super interested. Um, all, okay. Several kidnapping. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Can't release this anime. People have been kidnapped. Do you want to hear about the next episode?
Yes.
So the next episode is called Close Call: The Dance of Death on Ice. Now, with personal reasons for taking the battle, Rama joins Akane in preparing for the duel with the Golden Pair to win back Akane's precious Pichon. These, like I said, these ones don't have like a lot of. Anyway, that's what's gonna happen next episode. So maybe Rama will get better on ice. Probably, he is the main character.
I hope so.
He needs to, because he's bad right now. Okay, well, hey, Viv.
Hey, Lily.
Where can people find you online if they want to like get in contact with you about like stuff you do or even Ranma? Because you know,
Well, they could go to twitter.com/worldeaterviv and follow me there and be my friend. Or you could go to Instagram and find World Eater Art, and hopefully I'll remember that Instagram exists more often, because I definitely forgot about it for a while.
you can find you can find me as always on Twitter at datfireprincess, spelled DAT. You can find me on the numerous, and I do mean numerous, podcasts that I do because I'm sick. I got podcast fever.
You do.
I just started a new Ben 10 podcast and a new Gravity Falls podcast. I am doing everything because you know
How
what?
do you have time in the day?
I don't. That's
Okay.
that's the thing. But yeah, I'm doing those. I'm doing YouTube, and I'm doing a lot of TikTok. If you just want to see me do like silly shit, honestly, it's the same at Dat Fire Princess, and you can donate to us. You can give us or at least to me. I know Vib's still setting hers up, but I do have a Patreon. It's Patreon/ Fire Princess Reviews. If you wanna, you probably won't, but it's cool. And if you like this podcast, if you love podcasts in general, we are hosted at abnormalmapping.com/one-half-podcast, but a lot of other great podcasts are hosted there too, such as the Amory Score, which is why I know so much about Coheed and Cambria and resent myself for knowing so much about Coheed and Cambria. But it's real good. I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the plugs.
All of the plugs. Hey, I'm signing up for Patreon right now.
And there we go. Yeah, we'll have that for Viv next episode. So definitely, join us and probably. I mean, I don't want to make any super promises, but probably we'll be back before a month is over. So
Hopefully.
hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, until next time, everybody. Be girl.
Be girl.
Be girl. Bye.
Bye.